the prophet appeared from nothing, emerging from the great waste, a cause fully formed. An idea given shape, that doom is no god. The prophet spoke of liberty and freedom. It sparked a fire. Monuments were toppled, and the people raised their arms. They marched on Castle Doom to cast out God himself. But who was this great catalyst? His name was Maximus. He led these people to certain doom. And at the end, things are going to be so much fun. As Doom watches over the battle from his castle, Black Swan suggests that she join the fray. Victor refuses this offer, as he fears she will lose herself to her anger, much like how Doom would lose control if he fought against the rebels. Sue Storm asks Victor not to take things personally, as this is what free people do when confronted by authority. She's confident this will end no differently than it has before, but Valeria disagrees. This is different. Something more is going on here. Victor agrees with his daughter and summons the Thors. In the battlefield, Maximus cheers on his charges, but is soon overwhelmed by Madeline Pryor's goblin army. This is observed by Mr. Sinister and Captain Marvel, who decide it is time to act. They turn on the goblins, and while they are able to beat Madeline down, Sinister suddenly finds himself decapitated by Holocaust, son of Apocalypse. Doomguard, citadel of the Thors, then appears above the battlefield. But the Thors have broken out into civil war over the words of Jane Foster. Lady Thor calls upon some select members to strike out against Doom, and they charge, devastating Apocalypse's army. Victor watches this and realizes he has been betrayed again. Apocalypse fights these traitors, frustrated over all of this. If he must bow down over Doom, then the traitors can be given no quarter. However, this is not the last betrayal of the day. A helicarrier appears in the sky, with the Maestro attacking. He orders an army of Hulks to go and break the world. Meanwhile, Reed Richards, the Maker, and Star-Lord are preparing their end of the plan. While Maximus has created a distraction, they will sneak by Doom undetected to steal the most valuable thing in the multiverse. The Maker says that Maximus will not last long against Doom, and it's time for them to unleash their secret plans. Reed contacts T'Challa and tells him to begin his attack. With Namor beside him, the Black Panther creates a hole in the wall, unleashing the Marvel zombies. The undead are confused. Their skin itches, and they feel compelled to kneel before T'Challa. It turns out the mantle of the King of the Dead isn't just a name, and Black Panther is able to order them to march. Reluctantly, the zombies vow to seek glory and honor, and they prepare to strike. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my recap and review of Secret Wars number 7. Alright, so after all that stuff, time runs out, after all the business with Secret Wars and the related tie-ins and the last days and everything, we're finally near the end. Joey will be handling the big finale issue, so yeah, this is pretty much my last foray with the main plot of Secret Wars. That's pretty exciting, and what do I get for this? Well, an issue of practically nothing. As this series has been ridiculously delayed, I've found things have really started to fall apart for me. By now the tie-ins are done and finished. Some of them were great, but I've kind of started to move on. We have gotten a lot of the post-Secret Wars comics, and they're already out and running at this point. Marvel feels like they've moved on, while the core series is, at this point, months behind schedule. And that's a real problem. While we do get a really big battle, not much significant really goes down. There's a bunch of talking, and that's about it. Nothing I'd really consider big or epic, although it's cool to see Namor and Black Panther together again. And I also really liked the part with Maximus at the beginning. That was kind of fun, and that character's always just so great. Just completely off those bananas. That's awesome. And a whole lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. Wasn't the wall destroyed last issue? I thought that's what happened when Thing grows out of it. I don't know about that. Also, the presence of characters like Maestro and Apocalypse don't seem to fit with their respective tie-ins, or at least the way they ended those. So nothing makes sense or happens that really matters here. Well, at least the art looks nice, but after all of this, I kinda hope for more. Now we have this big setup for the finale, and while that is exciting, I seriously doubt anything is going to happen here that's all that significant in the grand scheme of things. We know everything is more or less going to go back to normal. We know that Doom, one way or another, is going to lose his powers. Everything about this issue feels like it could be skipped, and at the end of the day, I can't see any reason to recommend you bother with this comic. Secret Wars was fun while it lasted, but I'm kinda over it. At this point, it's much more fun to just enjoy what's ahead of us, the comics going forward, and to hope that maybe, just maybe, we can tone down this type of hype-driven nonsense that Marvel has come to rely on in the last few years. Until then, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.